We're live.
Welcome, everyone.
Hello, welcome to Mississauga.
Yeah, welcome to the new
Players'
the new
Lounge
shop.
here.
So, a little different scenery and venue for us today.
I've really enjoyed this so far this morning. It's been great.
I know. Well, I think good for us to do our first testing on the GC Hawk and the dexterity difference of not having to move, kind of quad and things like that.
It worked great.
It worked really well.
We had no issues this morning. We did some irons. We did we hit some drivers.
Yeah.
And it was good. You want to tease anything about this morning?
Yeah, it was
wild.
Wild scenes. We started off with a nice little review of the new concept Titleist irons.
Yeah. So the new ones are the 3 and the 4. Is that right?
Yep. So the 3 and the 4. The 4 is the remodeled 1 from last year.
Right.
I
have them in my hand.
Last time.
There we are. That's you there.
Yeah, that's kind of very similar, but they've kind of slightly redesigned it, made a couple of modifications, but this is the new kid on the block.
Yeah, I think again we're in PXG territory for pricing, but if you are willing to kind of shell out for it, this might be one of the best ones that I've tested personally.
Absolutely. And obviously, the last year's O2 is still the O2.
Yes, that's right.
Which is still the player's iron, really, really compact. I mean,
this thing is still sick.
You just can't believe how much technology is in an iron that's that small.
I agree. Yeah, it's so narrow and compact. It does. You're right. It's barely bigger than a blade.
It's unbelievable. The fact that's hollow bodied with over 110 grams of tungsten there. It's quite an incredible iron.
It's a serious engineering accomplishment there.
Yep.
What else do we do this morning?
Oh, we broke speed records.
We did.
So we took Autoflex for a drive.
The return of the Autoflex.
The return of the Autoflex shaft. Obviously, last time, as you guys know, we were just testing and reviewing the shaft, and it's kind of potential, if you like.
It was.
Today we unlocked the potential.
100%. Well, you did for sure. You had some serious light bulbs in there. It was
wild.
I wasn't expecting it. I mean, when we started, I was like, this feels like last time. Things are good, interesting numbers. But by the end of the fit, I was like, basically, what the hell is going on?
I know.
What is this?
And it kind of was more of what we had, almost like an epiphany with it when we hit it last time. Was like, this is so straight for how far it's going.
Yes.
How straight and how far can it be when it's dialed in? And
you found the answer today, I think.
It's crazy. Guys. I mean, you don't often see us all that surprised with when we unlock performance. We are surprised with the performance that was unlocked from this today.
I would agree. I knew you would have some ideas and ways to make it better. I didn't expect the end result to be what it was. Yeah. And I don't want to give too much away because it's worth watching. It kind of rejuvenates my love and passion for club fitting more when I do sessions like that. And obviously, like, you play such a massive part in that because you're able to give me the centered strike. And I always say, like, a player that can give me the good strike, we can do what we need to do to it. We can dial it in and that sort of thing. And you were on point. Your speed was great. Your delivery was great today, and all those things just allowed me to kind of make those little modifications, those marginal gains, those 1% here and there, to just make it what it was. So it was a blast.
It was fun. That was a lot of fun.
It was probably the best I've swung, I think. That's the best my swing's been feeling, and it was just great that all that came together.
You guys literally won't believe that it's done. You won't believe it. I don't believe it.
No, it was ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. It's hard to quite get your head around
process. I'll edit that tonight if I can. If not, I'll edit it like tomorrow morning. It'll be out tomorrow. Right. Maybe like a little Thursday 11:30 lunch. Premiere. What are you up to tomorrow?
I'll make time.
Okay, you heard it here first. We'll both be on for that tomorrow.
We'll be on for that one.
Love it. What else is going on? Obviously, we're in Mississauga. This is
new location. Yeah, we're in the lounge, so we're almost there.
Putter Studio is looking almost finished.
It's almost there. Turf is en route from Holland right now. So big shout out to Dr. Paul Hurrain for sorting that out. We had a really hard time with the turf this time. Big challenge.
Strange,
Dr. Paul really kind of bailed us out with that one.
That's great.
It's on its way. We should be the final piece of the puzzle, and we've got this place rocking and rolling. But
awesome. I still remember coming in here when it was when you had just signed the lease, and I came in with you and Mikey, and I was like, "You're telling me the bay is going to be here," and now to watch it happen, to finish shaft wall and stuff.
Yeah.
So we'll it'll be on my list soon. I'm going to come in once it's done, get some final pictures, and everyone's going to see what the place looks like. But it looks good.
Yeah,
Very good.
and obviously our focus now, once we've got the front end is organised, we're going to go back end, and we're going to get that organised. Mike and I were chatting about
Build shop.
different kind of design concepts, what we want it to look like, and we're going to completely redesign the back end, just so it's just as good as we can possibly make it.
And then we'll start to see build shop videos on a regular basis.
Yes.
Try to come here maybe once a month and do some, the three of us. Mikey says yes. Mikey wants the camera. He loves the camera.
I think that's one great thing with kind of what almost the teasers that Mikey's been putting out there with regards to like his builds and the specs and all those sorts of things. Like you can see that now in action. You can
will be able to see him do it.
Like how he does that, and
we can ask him questions like, how come you're doing that? And honestly, I think it's gonna be awesome.
Little tricks of the trade.
One more piece of the puzzle.
Definitely.
All right.
So we dive in, grab some questions.
We are gonna take questions.
Fireside today. I love this.
I'm very comfortable, I must tell you. I like our usual setup, but this couch is a lot more comfortable.
I know.
I'm just double check. I think everything's fine on the stream. People, let us know though. If the sound is good and everything, we've got close to 400 people on.
Wow.
It says it's live. It says the settings are fine. Cool. I think we're good.
Beautiful.
I just wanted to make sure.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Let's dive into your questions.
All righty.
Which there are many. All right. Let's start with... Andrew. Andrew played the old course on Monday and managed to bounce a ball off Russick's hotel.
Wow, yeah.
Back into play. That's amazing.
That is amazing.
You deserved it, Andrew. You deserve a bounce.
Yeah, you might need a little tweak to the driver after
get that. Back to the left.
Yep, go and see Scott and get a little tune up at Scott Gourley Golf Technologies there. Yep, nice. SGGT.
Is that right in?
And he's in Edinburgh. Yeah, just literally just outside the city centre at a place called Swanston Golf Club.
Very nice.
Very nice. Just off the. Literally, I mean, I think actually from his course you can actually see Edinburgh Castle.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it's quite an amazing setting. Yeah.
From Brownie Batter. Thoughts on the 921?
Some of these names.
I know, I love these names. 921 Hot Metal Pro as an iron for a player that could use the help, okay, but doesn't like huge offset.
Yeah.
Is he describing the iron perfectly?
Yes. You're
Brownie Batter, you're on point.
That's who they designed that iron for. It's an incredible iron. I think when we first tested it and then when we done the follow-ups with it, I think I said 921 Hot Metal Pro and 921 Forged.
You did.
Were the two irons that could cover such a wide section of the market.
True.
So, and I'm seeing nothing different now.
In the fits already?
Yeah.
A month fitting with them?
About a month.
Is that right? Mm-hmm. And just good stuff?
Just great stuff. Great numbers. Great feel from it. The feedback from the players is incredible. I think visually they're the best irons Mizuno have ever made in that JPX lineup.
They look amazing.
Obviously the MPs are different animals that are very, very classic and sleek. But the JPX, sexy little things.
So many sexy irons this year, aren't there? Sexy here and sexy there. Zachary, hello.
Morning, Zachary.
What's up, laddies?
Afternoon, Zachary.
I know.
No, still morning. We just did an early start.
You know what it is? We've just accomplished so much that it might as well be the afternoon.
I know.
What a day.
It's quite amazing.
We were here at bright and early.
Matty, well, you must have that. What time was the alarm set this morning? Just before 6?
Yeah, just before 6. Honestly, I have to say this. I felt great this morning. I don't know why. Usually I get up. I was saying to you last night, I'm like, tomorrow's going to be painful. And I want to leave myself enough time to drive here. But I woke up. I felt pretty good. The drive was good.
Yeah.
I got here in 45 minutes.
That makes a difference when you're not battling the traffic and stuff like that.
I was expecting it. Well, worst case, I was going to take the toll road. But
I know.
The day has just been off to a hot start. What can you say?
No excuses for me. Home game for me today. I left a little around the corner. Tracy, Noah.
Tracy, hello.
Left it around the corner.
All right. Yeah. Lots of people saying they love the little fireside action. So do we.
So do we.
All right. Jared is asking if we've done a video of a high compression ball versus a low compression ball. We have, Jared, a few times.
Yeah, we have a few
times. Point to the ones I'm thinking specifically. Well, we've done them for sure. Wilson Duo Soft was a soft ball, obviously.
Yeah.
The soft feel. And if you want to look at those numbers compared to firm balls like TP5X, Pro V1X, even like RB Tour X with Ronnie, that's another one.
Go to the ultimate extreme, hot versus cold.
Hot versus cold, that's right. So
that's
Jared,
the one,
yeah.
Hot versus cold is
search
TP5, and we put one in the one in the fridge and one in boiling water, and completely changed the temperature on them. And
that was so fun. I forgot about that.
Wild.
Yeah, we had.
I want to redo that one.
Yeah, we should.
I want to
microwave it.
I want to firm up a Left Dash Pro V1X and then heat up a Duo 29.
Yes.
And then flip them. I want to firm up a Duo 29 and soften up a Left Dash Pro V1X and see what starts to happen.
That's a great idea.
That'd be a lot of fun.
Yep. But Jared, that's the one you're looking for. Absolutely. All right. Okay, this is a good one we can take. Ryan's talking about the new P770s. Loves the look. Absolutely. Concerned about the goo-filled cavity. Flyers is a concern. Okay. So
overplayed on the internet.
For sure, and especially 100%. With 770. Traditional-ish lofts.
Yeah.
The review we did, I think we both said the same thing. Very consistent distance control.
The reality is, Ryan, how many people have you ever seen in a controlled environment where you can understand the variables that are at play, see one of those flyers that people talk about on the internet? Yeah. We've done testing in R&D fashion for 2.5 years. We have never once went, where did that one come from? No. That one just jumped 15 yards further than everything else. That's the one people talk about, the flyer. Outside, is there moisture? Is there, a little bit of rough involved? Is there some kind of matter that's going to get between club and ball to disrupt friction without disrupting ball speed? That's really what we're talking about. So,
it's also like sometimes people get a flyer because they just shut the face a bit and do but then you'll just say that to them. Well, you do loft that one a bit, and they'll go, oh, okay, that's not a flyer.
We can look at the variables, like your dynamic loft changed a little bit there. You were a fraction shallower and your dynamic loft changed. That was the two things at play that increased your efficiency.
Yep.
So don't be worried about that.
Yeah, it's a great iron.
Yeah.
Although you probably can't get it.
I know. Sold out worldwide.
Till after Christmas. Please test Clear golf balls. They are coming.
Yeah,
Jason.
we've got them coming.
Clear. Their staff reached out to us, or we reached out to them. They reached back out.
So. We should have those very soon, eh?
Yeah. And it's 2 new balls from Clear, so it's actually 2 balls no one's heard of yet.
Because we actually played them. We played with one of the what
was that ball?
One of the owners, I guess.
Oh yeah, of course.
Charlie Bull is.
He
has a stake in the company and gave us some balls to use while we're down there. And
that's right.
They had some interesting technology that actually has been their technology has been bought by one of the large golf ball manufacturers.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep.
So are they going to stay in the business? Or are they going to?
It depends, They might end up finding that there's more money in it for them.
You hear that like on Shark Tank all the time.
Get like a royalty.
Why don't you license that? So maybe they will.
Maybe. But I think
will test them.
We were looking forward to doing that. It's obviously it's at a more premium price point than even the Pro V1, your premium sort of prices. So
that's why people want to know, like, why is it so expensive? Yeah. Incoming. Okay. I think your answer to this will be there's no such thing.
I've never heard of too much. I mean, the only time that you kind of looked at a driver was probably GPX 900 with all those different movable weights in the bottom, had a significantly adjustable sleeve. And, I remember people looking at that going, okay, that looks like a transformer. That
it really
like
was a while
going on.
But in terms of, you always say it, like, it's only too many options if you don't know how to use them.
That's exactly it. It's just more tools. Mike and I played at the weekend with our good friend Scott Yeaman, and Scott had been using the GPX 900 with the Fujikura Evolution 2 in there, and he said he was hitting the driver okay, spinning it a bunch, had a fit with Cam up at the Toronto location, turned the loft down to 7.5, configured the weights for us. We couldn't believe how far he was hitting it.
Really?
I mean, he was hitting some really big drives at the weekend.
Just a couple little tweaks of his own driver.
Yeah, said it completely transformed the driver. He was about to get a new one, and a few little tweaks with Cam, and he got it dialed right in for him.
So saved him $800.
Yeah.
There you go. You heard it here first. Want to save $800? Come to TXG. All right. This is Whiskers calling this the nap couch for Bandit.
Oh, there's been naps had on this couch already.
I can imagine. It's nice. It's nice.
It's heavy. Day one.
Mikey's popped in.
Mike's dad.
Night all.
After he lifted the sofa in.
And he needed a little snooze.
Took a little nap on it with the dog.
He earned it.
So good.
He earned it. Mikey, your dog? Yeah. That's hilarious.
Little Kips.
The big lad. All right. You will get a tour of the facility when it is totally finished, so don't worry about that. All right. New ping irons. I haven't heard much about that.
Yep, they're coming.
Date?
It's floating around right now. Obviously, if anyone's ordered a Ping club out there, they'll know that there's supply issues right now with Ping G410, and they were supposed to be at the end of the life cycle right now. And in other territories like Australia and Asia, they are. So they obviously launched G425 early.
Yeah, that's right.
Over there. So
very early.
I'm starting to kind of maybe hear rumours that we might see something like that a little quicker on our side.
I'd like to test it.
So
I'm excited for TSI though. That's the first time I've seen them in person.
Yeah, TSI
Those
looks
sick.
really
snap
really
a couple
good.
Instagram
Yeah,
photos.
it's quick. We've done some fits with it now, and
oh really? Well,
yeah,
of course
dial
you can,
people
right?
into it. Yep. So it's really quick.
You're looking promising.
Very,
so that
very
face
good.
is probably no joke, eh? That they were talking about?
It's as quick as anything out there. It's Maverick and Sim quick, which is
Wow.
quick.
That's a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
That is a big deal. If they can get themselves on your short list of quick drivers.
Yeah, with that sort of elevator technology for the new weight system round the back.
Is it quite different than what they've had in the past, the weights? Like, is it a different sort of...
Yeah, different from that CG cartridge that they had before, yeah.
Better so far, you think, than the cartridge?
Yeah.
Like it's better to work with?
Yeah, I think so. I didn't mind the cartridge. I thought it was
didn't mind
fine,
it?
but functionally to have the weight placed where it is good.
Nice. All right.
If you saw a few comments there about the new logo.
No. Oh, did you?
Yeah, there was one there just under the. There you go. So Max.
Exciting stuff, Max.
Thanks for noticing, Max. New logo.
Nothing gets past you, Max?
Obviously the two older logos we were just talking about changing.
Yeah.
Changing those two in the computer over the next couple of days, and
Exciting.
yeah, we love the new logo.
I'm pretty stoked about it too.
Yeah, it just gives us a whole new opportunity from a branding perspective and a little facelift. We like obviously the original logo is going to be there. That will be, we might see some retro renderings of the old logo and stuff like that. Gives us the ability to do that.
That would be very cool. Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff coming soon. I would say probably this week we need to get on the horse a bit. That's on my list to get some samples in. So you will see very soon. All right.
Our man Rob Coates in there. Morning, Rob.
Rob.
Hope you're looking dapper in your FootJoy.
Hope you're wearing head-to-toe FootJoy even if you're on the computer.
I'm sure you are. I'm sure you are. Just walking around the house changing shirts.
Today I'm going to wear red.
Have lunch with this one and dinner with this one.
All right. Steven's asking about variable depth grooves like even roll or variable lofts like sick, which is what Bryson uses. For center strikes, good or bad to influence the feel on center hits? I guess a good question. Like, is it basically like a miss-hit technology only, or is it just, are you still happy with it on a center face strike?
I mean, happy with it in both circumstances. So variable depth grooves, obviously designed to influence the output speed of the golf ball leaving the face. We call that impact ratio in quintic land. So, the deeper the groove, the less surface mass the ball touches, the less output it will, or an energy it will generate. So the more you move out towards the toe and the heel, there's more surface mass there, so it gives you a higher output. The higher output offsets the lack of energy transfer from a miss hit to even that out, so your distance control is unaffected by a miss hit.
For an even roll.
Yeah. For your pleasure.
Almost like that name makes sense.
So and obviously the sick putters we haven't tested in any great depth. We have tested Bobby Grace's radial face technology, which has a variance on delivered loft as well.
Yeah, it's
we've seen little curved face. So I've put the sick putters on our radar for the next few weeks to try and get some in our hands up here.
Why not?
Why not?
U.S. Open winning putter. Yeah. Zachary, yes.
Yes.
It's a buff, like the Mission buff.
Yeah.
Mission is the company that makes them, but I know Mikey's getting them, and Trace were sourcing them from somewhere else, but it looks like that one.
Yeah.
You've seen Ian and me wearing it in the vlogs, so they're coming and they look good.
They do look good.
Getting those from Paul, from Blank, I think. Yeah, he's doing them. So
I really liked the proof of it.
It looked good, eh? Kind of that charcoal color.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be wearing that to a grocery store near me. What's that on your mask? Well, let me tell you, miss, or man, or sir. Guys, it might not be the crispest stream today. We're on Wi-Fi. Yeah. We're at the other location, so it is saying that the signal's okay. If it's not perfect, that's why. So bear with us. But
we're not hardwired as
we're not hardwired, but it's. I think it's working fine.
Good.
Dave is saying thank you for how to hit a draw video. It sorted out my driver. Good, Dave. That's
delighted to hear.
That's why we do it.
I actually screenshotted a bunch of messages that came in into the TXG Instagram about that. People saying that they
the risk conditions.
They took it to the range and applied some of the stuff and literally gained 20, 30 yards. It's just so nice to hear that's kind of happening out there. And if it's one person, if it's 1 or 10, it doesn't matter. But if it's helping honestly, someone,
it's a lot.
Yeah.
Because I saw the comments. I even saw a few people at my club talk to me about it too.
Yeah, great.
I think that was a very impactful one. Honestly, I mean, I'm working on it in my own swing.
Yeah, I saw some stuff that you were working on where that club face was in a slightly stronger position.
Me and LC talked about it.
Awesome.
And it's exactly what we've talked about before, but it's just I liked the way you framed it, that knuckles thing and the club face relationship. It made it clear for me, so I'd imagine that was good for a lot of people.
No, it's good, and I think if you can take out that two-way miss that having the face open kind of offers, which is the kind of the block and the hook, which is the one that people suffer from. So they try and save the club face and kind of over-rotate the hands and try and time it, or they just don't have enough time to catch up and they leave it open. You get that two-way miss, that's the worst.
It's unbelievable how much better the last 4 days for me playing golf were. I didn't have a two-way miss.
So good.
I missed sometimes a little right, that was it.
I said that to you in text. I said there's nothing better when your game travels well.
Yeah, and I read that. I went, you're absolutely right, because we drove a couple hours and played courses. A couple of them I'd never played before, and I felt like I could just once I knew where to hit the ball. Like Al had one of those little GPS things. He's like, that's the yards, that's the spot. I just felt like I could just hit shots.
That is my definition of a proper golfer. Is somebody who can take their game and play to their handicap at their home course, and then really it doesn't make a difference when they go somewhere else. Their game travels well. I mean, you look at that with tour players. I mean, these guys can turn up to venues they've never seen before, and really it's not changing their average score just because they've not seen the course.
They can adapt to what's going on there.
Yep.
Very true. No, I mean, that video was probably one of my favorites we've ever done. What's a beauty. And actually, a bunch of people said that they went and followed Andrew Rice after.
That's awesome.
Watched a bunch of his videos. I'm like, there's
great info there.
He deserves all the followers also.
Yeah.
All right. We will continue. David.
Morning, David.
Morning. David's interested in a P700 combo set, as you should. What heads would a fitter have in the cart? Any pitching wedge and 9 irons? Probably not, right?
Probably not. I mean, I think if you do want to go and try some of those shorter clubs, or at least see them, and you're set on a TaylorMade iron, a P7 something iron, just go to TaylorMade. Just go up to the Mat Lab or wherever the fit center is, and they'll have sets of them. They'll probably have one of each iron.
That's a great idea.
4 to wedge, so you can see them, you can hit them. An agnostic fit center like us, we just carry so many head and so many shafts. It's literally impossible to carry long, medium, and short irons.
But it's good advice if you're really dead set on that exact model.
If that's the one you want to go to.
About Titleist, remember? Yeah. Someone asked, I want to get a Titleist driver. You're like, well, I mean, if you really want it, then go to Titleist.
Go see if that's where you want to go. Go see those guys.
Great advice, agnostic advice. Rob, we don't know about the Strixon ZX release here yet.
We're thinking December.
Oh, it's that long?
We're thinking,
Wow.
Okay.
We're
thinking. I mean, the funny thing is, it seems to be like there's 2 embargo dates, because if you look over in the UK right now, I mean, every channel's done the testing of the irons and the driver, and when we've reached out, we just keep getting told the same thing. It's December.
I know. It's a bit of a bummer, but what can we do?
I know. It's just, it would just be nice in the when really the digital media market is so small.
Relatively.
It should be. There's not that many channels that are doing this sort of stuff. It should be a level playing field.
I totally agree. There's no reason to have different ones.
Yeah.
There's just there's no reason to. Yeah. So, I mean, I think that may adapt in the next couple of years, but we're hanging on 3-4 product releases that we'd love to make videos for. But we just have to.
I know.
Wait.
I mean, I've got a product for you in my bag, and we're gonna test it. But right now there's no point in us doing a test when we can't release it for 2 months.
And that's the thing. We like to do stuff when we're excited about it. It's fresh. It's like, look, this new. There's so many examples where you've come in the morning, we're setting up the live, and you're like, look what I have, and we end up doing a video because we're stoked about it.
I think today was a perfect example.
Today's a perfect example.
Yeah, concept irons and Autoflex and doing that. I think that's when we enjoy the videos the best, and I think our best comes out in them.
100%. The more we're enjoying it, the better the video is. Totally agree. I've seen this about 5 times. What is this DMI TB series? I've seen it at least 5 times.
Yep. The new, it's a new version. Justin Thomas is playing it. It's the new version of the Blue Board profile.
He loves that. He's played all of those.
I mean, he really has.
He loves that shaft.
Blue Force, and then obviously they tried to get him into ZF. They made ZF for him, which is a slightly stiffened up version of a BF.
Was literally for him.
Yep. It was really
cool.
for his somewhere between a DF and a BF was the ZF.
You know, you're the acronym guy.
Yeah. I know.
That's hilarious.
So
that's upcoming.
Yeah. I think we're trying to get samples in our hands in the next kind of couple of weeks, and we'll have a good deep dive into that, compare it to BF, and see what differences there are.
Absolutely. Well, there's clearly a ton of curiosity. If that many people are mentioning it, we'd love to do it.
Yeah, Mike and I spotted it at I think it was it US Open? We saw Justin Thomas playing that, or no? The Tiger match.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, he was playing it, and we wondered what did we think it was? We thought it was maybe AV Raw at first, because it has the white part at the top, and then
really?
Mike reached out to the guys at Mitsu and just asked what it was, and then it appeared on the website literally that night.
Like Speeder 7.
Yeah.
Talking about it.
I know.
Are you influencing release dates now, Mikey?
Just that kind of
He's just that kind of guy.
Just that powerful.
I love it. All right. Thomas, we'll put this comment up. Thank you.
So do we, Thomas.
So do we. We really do.
Thank you. So that's extremely, extremely kind. I mean, it's been a bit of a process for Matty, and kudos to you and
thank you,
Very Golf for kind of working through multiple variations and stuff like that. Great.
Honestly, it's been a blast doing it.
Yeah.
When you one of your comments are like all your changes, I was like, dude, you've had like 2 suggestions.
Yeah.
If you thought you were being picky, believe me, I've seen picky.
Yeah.
That was not picky.
I think it just like from the first editions where we all thought there was a kind of it was a little bit bold, and then there was kind of like, you know, a tilt issue and things like that.
Issue.
Yeah, and then there was separating the X from the
more so.
Yep. Just so you could sort of see every letter on its own. So there was little variations of it, and every time it kept coming back, it kept getting better and better and better. And then by the end of it, I saw it and I was like, that looks amazing. But let me send it to a few people who I think are. You done the same. You sent it to
a bunch of people.
And Lindsay, Lindsay saw it, and Tracy saw it, and I sent it to some people, and everyone's feedback was wow, that logo's impressive. Then when we saw the photoshopped images
I love those.
of the kind of where the branding could be, I'm just like, wow, that brought it to life.
I learned that a while ago that has to be part of the process, because it needs to be made real for you.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just a 2D image.
I know.
But the animation that Nang made from Very Golf, I'm obsessed with that thing.
That thing's so cool.
I'm so obsessed with
I
that.
know.
You'll see that he asked me for a couple specs. He's going to start making a little intro sequence for the videos. So you may see that
So
soon.
good.
I just emailed him today. So.
Very cool.
It is something we are super excited about. Anders, we can answer this easily. They're here. We're allowed to release videos on October 15th.
Yep.
Probably at 9 a.m. Eastern time. So you will see.
You will see.
We'll probably film that.
What is the 15th? That'll be.
It's a Tuesday, actually.
Is it really?
Yeah. So we might be able to film that. Maybe we'll film a little bit next week and a little bit the week after.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep. So the 15th of October.
Yeah. Is it not a Tuesday?
Thursday.
Oh, it's a Thursday.
Yeah.
Okay. So then that Monday we'll do a ton of it.
We'll do a bunch.
As long as you're not busy Thanksgiving Monday, I know I'm not. So.
No.
No Thanksgiving this year. It's canceled.
I know.
Canceled. All right. Continuing. From Eric. Eric is saying he's thinking of doing a DIY ball fitting with a rental TrackMan bay. Interesting idea.
Mm-hmm.
Recommendations on how many golf balls brands to try and how many clubs to hit. Good question.
Yeah, it's a great question.
It really is.
Yeah, I would say try to establish your preferences before you go in. What is it you're trying to get? Are you trying to get more spin? Are you trying to establish a certain feel? Are you trying to buy a certain price point? So build in as many filters as you can into what ball that really is you're looking to try and find out what it is. And then that way you can narrow it down from probably 20 golf balls it could potentially be down to your 5.
That has to be a realistic amount to test.
Yeah.
You're not testing 20 balls in a session.
No, not really. Not in order to get quality data with it. You'd be paying a lot in rental fees.
600 shots deep.
I know.
Yeah.
Blisters in your hands.
I know. All right.
goes to the door.
Not urgent, yeah. All right. Oh. Perfect. From Stefan. I hope I'm saying that right. Come on in.
Dean.
How are you?
Good, thanks.
Good.
All right. Stefan says, I currently play Modus 120S and have sometimes problems with my wrist, okay, in black when I play a lot. No worries, no worries.
What's the name?
Art Critelli. Can I come in or do
Yeah, go, you can head on up there, Art. Yep, perfect.
All right, perfect. So basically, it's sort of what's your graphite equivalent of a Modus 120 just to help with the wrist issues, kind of the vibration issues for Stefan?
I would like to say, so bearing in mind an Acra 120 weighs 114 grams.
Okay.
The Acra I series, the 115, would be a really nice option. Now, depending with all those I series irons, there's a generous parallel tip section, so you can manipulate the bend profile of that shaft or the tip profile of that shaft in order to play a little bit softer on the tip and a little bit stiffer on the tip if that's your preference.
Depending on how much you just trim the tip section.
Yeah.
Great. So those are your chef recommends. Is Acra basically available worldwide at this point?
I mean, if you're in a
Europe
major market, as long as you're not in out the back and beyond,
Gotcha.
then yes.
But in Europe and Asia and North America. Okay.
Exactly.
Beautiful.
I had I think it was an Instagram message yesterday, someone asking me, I really like graphite shafts, but I really love an S400 wedge shaft. What is there out there that's an S400 wedge shaft? I'm like, TZW.
Yeah, it
It's
is an
literally,
S400
it is it's a graphite S400. So
Yeah.
I said, go to any Acra dealer worldwide,
They can order
and
it
you
for
can literally order that
That's great.
TZW.
They've had some of your. It seems like Acra has some of your favorites kind of every year. There's
Yeah.
always like a ferrowood shaft you love, a driver shaft, an iron
Well,
shaft.
it's the difference when a company are making products for club fitters. That is their objective. That's what their whole philosophy is. We make products for club fitters.
Right. It's not really for the general market at all, is it?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Very good. I'm just putting that up just because I want to make sure we get everyone's that's already
Yeah, what's in there?
asked. We're not leaving yet though.
Not leaving.
Okay. Long drive without any point soon. Maybe, Billy. Maybe. We got to get Big Al and Autoflex.
I know.
Actually,
Can you imagine?
Autoflex can send Al one. We don't have to send him one. He'd like that. Thing would be wrapped around his neck in the backswing.
We took some slow-mo shots today.
Oh yeah, wait till you see those.
Of how much load there was on it, and it's it's quite amazing that obviously the stability factor that we've talked about many times when you see that much load on it, it's quite amazing.
It was really, really wild.
Yeah.
Whisker and Bandit are having a blast. Bandit asked if he flew here, could he steal this couch or sleep on this couch? Sure.
I'm sure you boys could. Little Fireside,
Absolutely.
big 75-inch TV.
There's a 75-inch TV for you to watch the game in here.
It's going to be a nice place to hang out for the winter. I know that for sure.
I'm going to take this because Matthew's asked about 15 times.
Okay.
I'm not Matthew. Thank you for the compliment.
It's a heck of a compliment, really, isn't it?
I'm playing better than I ever have, but
Yeah.
I'm not quite there. But I appreciate the encouragement.
And you've said this a few times. Your ambitions don't lie there.
No, they never have.
I mean, even if you got to be a +3 or +4, you would never turn your attention to playing full-time golf.
I would not.
You might go and enter
Yeah, I
the
would play-
Canadian amateur events.
You said that to me, like, would you be willing to try a few turns? I'm definitely
Yeah.
willing. It's not gonna be a lifestyle. I love doing this stuff with you, and I'm not looking to quit stuff and go play. But yeah, I mean, should I maybe try to play in the mid-am or something next year? Definitely.
Yeah, and be fully aware, guys, I'm going to be selfish enough to sabotage his game. If that ever comes in the horizon,
He's playing
wait
well.
till you see me start playing with the lofts and lies and
Ian,
moving
my
the
8-iron's
weights and
going
stuff like that.
112
Oh, sorry
yards.
about that, Matthew. You just need to start.
From scratch.
You just need to start working at it or something.
Your right-hand swing's looking better. You should switch. No, we're happy.
Yeah, we're
That's
very happy.
Really, if it comes down to it, happy
Very
with
happy.
what's happening. From username unknown, whatever that is. Playing MP60 since 08. Realized that I've lost 15 to 20 yards off my irons.
Yep.
Fair enough. Got fitted and told it was due to how much balls are spinning today versus the 90s and thousands.
I mean, that's one part of the story. The other part is obviously if you can watch some of the videos we've done in this, technology has come such a long way, and I think no more than that. We done the i500 video on retro spec, standard spec, and power spec.
That's right.
And that was the first iron that they developed that dive board effect with, where the face contributes towards the launch and loft.
That was the first one.
That was the first one. We really dived into sort of height and how loft affects launch and peak height.
Yeah.
And I remember putting that poll out there and asking people, what one do you think goes higher? The least lofted, the standard loft, or the most lofted? And most people kind of went, probably the highest lofted one will go the highest.
Or the mid one or whatever.
Was significantly, by quite a bit, the lowest.
Yeah.
I want to say it was like 15 feet.
Yep. Oh yeah, that Stronglock, the one was like miles in the air.
Yeah, so the launch angle wasn't all that different. The ball speed was way different, and the spin rate dropped a little bit, but the spin rate was the third most effective factor when it came to creating height and stopping power.
Third most.
Yeah.
Is that literally what happened with this today?
Pretty much.
Concept 3?
Yeah.
Because, again, I don't want to spoil the video, but
Yeah.
it kind of did some things independent of the loft. Is that what the concept is, basically?
It was, those were very different. Those the 3 and the 4 were very different today in terms of the shape of the ball flight and the height of the ball flight. It's just a very different head. One's much more neutral than the other.
Yes. Very much so.
But yeah, I think it's just not the right way to look at the progression of technology and design.
Yes.
Just to think that loft is the only thing that has changed, spin to be what it is.
Significantly, because an MP60 is literally just a forged blade,
Just
is
a
it not?
blade, yeah.
That's some metal.
Yeah.
That's some nice looking and feeling metal.
Heavily pounded, nice Japanese metal.
That metal's been pounded into submission for your pleasure. All right. Will we ever be doing the budget launch monitors? We haven't brought this up in live in a while. Let's throw it in there. And I'll say it again. If they send them to us, we'll look at them.
We really...
We're not buying them. Me and Ian aren't going and buying them ourselves.
No.
But we appreciate, it's not that we don't appreciate the question. It's just like, we've never been sent one. So, we would.
Okay, you can come in.
Patty.
Patty, with the Starbucks run.
Hello, Patty. From Joe Lane. Difference between KBS S-Taper and Modus 120?
I want to peruse Joe's internet search history, because Joe asks more questions about what's this shaft versus this shaft. What's this head? I mean, the most, and I love it.
He loves the technical question, absolutely.
And it's really good that you do that.
We're here to help you, Joe. That's why we're here.
The difference in Money Taper and Pro 120, I mean, there's lots of differences. I kind of don't think you can categorize it, because it's going to be different for different players. The way you load it, the way you build it, all those sorts of things. I would say you in the same session, you'd be very likely to try those two. So say you thought the Modus 120 was the one. You're very likely to also try a Money Taper 120. Right?
Okay, so they're close.
Yeah. So if you want to say like Project X, Project XLS, those types of shaft are the most C-taper, the most stiffest out there.
Yep. Then
you'd probably take these in the slightly softer, slightly better feel category than that. Right. Always think of the Money Taper like it's a KBS Tour C-taper hybrid. The stability of the C-taper, the feel and responsiveness of the KBS Tour, try and mesh that in together. That's a pretty powerful combo.
Absolutely.
Two great shafts. Modus 120 will go down as a legendary shaft. It's some of the best tolerances in the industry. Just a phenomenal feeling shaft.
It is. It really is. One of your favorites, really, isn't it?
It definitely is. It definitely is. It gets so much play in here. The 120, the 105, 120,
105 and
both.
120.
Yeah.
A few people were asking if we knew anything about new TaylorMade woods. We don't.
Nothing yet.
If you want to know if there will be, I would say there will be.
There will be
in January or something.
There will be.
January.
Yeah, I'm not lying to anyone when I say I have no idea.
I've heard nothing. I'm excited to see it though. I got to tell you, if it's Sim Mark II or whatever the hell it is.
I know. We chatted about this maybe in the last live, and the second edition, when they've had a chance to test the shape of it and adding all those technologies in together. I mean, I just think. And Autoflex kind of showed me a little bit. I just think Sim is such a good driver.
That's also the best I've ever hit Sim. I've been courting Sim, And that was, I think we just consummated the relationship
Yeah.
there just now. That was a wedding night over there.
We should. I should actually, for the end of the video, we should make a list of all the things that we factored in to change that.
100%. Well, because every time you handed me something, I set it on camera so that I would remember it for everything.
Yeah.
It was a lot of good stuff.
It was
Those little
tweaks here and little tweaks there, and even probably a couple little tweaks I never even kind of mentioned with regards to what we done with the Maverick versus the Sim that actually made the Sim in the end so good. But maybe I can kind of for the notes for tomorrow's video. I can just
fire me a couple notes.
Yeah.
That would be great. I mean, that
don't want to give the game away.
As I said, that video is beyond the Autoflex. It transcends that topic. It is the topic, but that video to me was like, you want to know what club fitting is? That was club fitting.
Yeah.
At its highest level, basically. So we are stoked about that video.
Yeah, it's going to be a good
one.
one.
We will see it in 24 hours. From Nicholas.
Hey, Nicholas.
Hello, Nicholas. Have you or can you put together a table of all the ball testing you've done with the specs? Yeah, we've been asked this a few times. So the reason we don't do that is because we don't robot test golf balls. So I don't want people to think that because I was tired one day that the golf ball that TaylorMade released or Titleist released was slow.
Yeah.
So we do it day of. If there's comparisons, they're day of.
Yeah.
What I would do though, if you're curious about a ball, watch the video,
Yeah.
and you always put it in context. You'll say like, oh, you're hitting a little bit better today. So we don't have a robot, so we don't make a chart. I don't think we're doing anyone. The chart would be inaccurate. It's not scientific.
That's it. I think we would be given a misrepresentation of maybe the exact performance of the ball because the human variable is an element. I think if you wanted to do that, you would have to be heading out to golf labs out in San Diego and doing the testing with the guys there and spending several days at different speeds and things like that. Did you see any of the conversation on? I think it was mainly on Twitter with
not
regards
a
to. Yeah, I'm not either, but sometimes
negative, isn't it?
that's why I stay out. It's either political
negative
or negative. One of those two things, or both of those things. But there's a couple of people that I must have notifications turned on for normally, like engineers, golf engineers, like Paul Wood and Sasho and those guys.
Yep.
And the correlation of lower smash factors for higher swing speeds and the impact the deformation of the golf ball has in impacting the smash factor, so the output. And it's something that is, we see is that sometimes when you swing your fastest, you're actually getting lower efficiency.
Yes.
And that's something that they concluded is a thing. Like David Toms was always the most efficient guy on tour at 105 mile an hour clubhead speed, and he was always super efficient. Well, up at 130 mile an hour clubhead speed, Bryson is not as efficient because he's the ball is deforming more. Therefore, it doesn't retain and rebound with as much energy and things like that. So
that's really
there's a pretty cool table on it. Yeah,
I'll have to look at that.
Yep.
Is that why long drive guys do long drive with the hard Volvic ball?
The hard Volvic ball and
Bryson
the low lofted.
Can't play golf with it. He needs to spin his wedges. That's really interesting. So there's a ceiling to a tour level golf ball. It's eventually be getting mashed.
Yeah,
that's really cool.
Yeah.
So Twitter had some valuable stuff.
Some.
It wasn't trash. What does that mean? I don't know. I don't understand it, so I'm not putting that.
Okay.
Oh, man. There's a little shout out for Larry there.
LC.
Yeah, I mean, LC and you are by far the people who have influenced my game the most, so I'm not surprised, Matthew. I'm not surprised. It is amazing what you can do if you commit to something and you have the right information. It is quite amazing.
Yeah.
It really is. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people feel like they're just spinning their wheels. I'm practicing. I'm not getting any better. Like, I talk to people about what you told me about wrist conditions, and they're like, I've never practiced them. They're like, I can't hit a draw. I can't hit a fade. I'm like, you can hit both that way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Can.
Like you can. And that's what someone said. Like, well, I don't really want to be the person that plays a draw. I'm like, you don't have to play a draw. Look at DJ plays a fade all day.
Look at Koepka. Both of those guys love to hit it
100%.
Left to right with the face in a strong position.
Yeah, I'm going to say that might be. I might be over speaking, but years down the road, that might be the most influential kind of video that you've made is that one. In terms of just like total performance of someone's game, because if someone takes that tip and then comes for a fit or takes the club fitting knowledge as well, like those are when you can just jump 10 shots in your handicap.
We talk about it in the base here all the time about the sort of sometimes we have to jump in there and talk swing for a little bit. You know, we have to influence the delivery in order to allow the player to get the most out the fit, and we then have to make we have to decide, is it something they can do consistently? Because if we give them something, it's not something they can do consistently, they flip in and out it, we can't give them a driver based on that change, because as soon as they leave the fitting bay, it's not any good for them.
Yeah,
so
it's not gonna
it
work.
needs to be something we really feel strongly they can take with them.
See, that's interesting.
Then we can feel comfortable giving them a club setup based around that swing delivery. You
Never
have
thought
to
of it
make
that way.
Yeah.
Because that's true. Like, I'm sure there's tips you could give someone, but you'd be like, well, they're not doing that in 15 minutes.
That's it.
So that's why that is so effective, because you actually can make a positive improvement within a session.
Yeah. And
That's
we
really cool.
make sure that they're crystal clear, that they have their checkpoints, and they're going to we send them normally the Andrew's 4-minute video, and
you were saying that you've sent it to
Send it
100,000 people.
it's ridiculous. I think
That's
I
so funny.
must be responsible for half the views sending it to people. But
Sure you are.
I think that's just something that people can always refer back to. You're having a bad day with the driver, the face is all over the map, you're hitting left and right. Okay, let's reset, let's go back to the principles that we knew that were very, very good for controlling vertical and horizontal loft.
Right.
Right, so open, closed face and dynamic loft up and down.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Because my
it
dynamic
controls
loft has
both of
been
those
far
things.
less crazy since we talked about that. 'Cause it used to be like, you'd be like, well, you're down at like 11 today, and you're like 18 the next week.
Yeah.
But that's regulated it.
Stabilizes that face.
So good. I love that. The best. Michael, we are going to wind down a bit, guys, but a couple more. Is it worth waiting until 2021 for driver and woods and hybrids fit versus spending the winter getting used to the new clubs? It's an interesting question.
I mean, I just don't think year to year, Michael, there's massive leaps made forward. I don't think you're going to find something next year that we've never been able to have access to this year.
True.
I just think this year's been such a phenomenal year for woods.
Really
It's incremental steps forward. Sure, maybe in some capacity, but I don't think you're going to be really missing out on an awful lot.
He's going to get a big leap in improvement if he gets properly fit this fall also. So,
but if you're the type of person who suffers from FOMO the minute that something new comes out, and you go, oh geez, I bought the old one 3 months ago. I'm missing out on this.
True.
You're really not.
No, you aren't. It's just the perception of it.
Just the
which
feeling.
I get.
Yeah.
So you're right. You just have to assess if that matters to you.
Yeah.
A little speed round. Ready?
Yeah, love it.
A little speed round. All right, from Bob. Bob got a CBX2 gap wedge instead of his old Apex. Cool. More confident with bigger head. What iron sets do the same thing? Larger head with traditional shape.
Larger head with traditional.
So basically, I think he's basically talking hollow irons, right? Or because he's got CBX is that little hollow cavity in it.
Yeah, I think that's why P790 has been such a home run, isn't it? Because of the shape of it with the performance that it offers.
Yes.
It's
P790?
fantastic. P790, we love that.
P790 for you, Bob. Okay, from Shannon. What do you like about the Maverick Max irons? Interesting. Don't get asked about those very often. Forgiveness was mentioned in the video where you swap playing sides. Yeah, we used it for that video, didn't we?
Yeah.
For the wrist video.
We absolutely did.
It was forgiving.
Super forgiving. Super forgiving. What do you like about Maverick Max forgiveness? I mean, obviously distance. If you add too much dynamic loft, it'll be a really good one, a really helpful one for people to to gain a few extra yards. If you're that player who plays with a slightly open face and you spin it a little bit, again, lower the spin, increase the ball speed.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's nice to see there's 5 people in there that are
Just having a terrible time.
which is great because at least they're in.
I was going to say, you're still supporting us, you just don't know it.
Thanks for watching.
Little do you know, you're
Thanks for
still
watching.
supporting the channel.
The 7 people who thumbs down every single video, I love all 7 of you
we
because
do.
you're still paying attention. We're living in your head rent free. It's
We
great.
see you living in your head rent free. That's such a good
It's
one.
the best.
From the Marvelous Ones. Traded for a used MP20 combo set. Okay, used. Couldn't be used too much. Local fitter seems upset when I bring it in. Is it rude? I know what you're going to say. It sure as hell is not rude.
Yeah.
Don't go to that guy.
No.
He seems like he's confused at the very least.
No.
You do that stuff all the time.
All the time. All
As
the
you
time.
should.
And it's. I mean, like I always say, it's your fit. When you go for a fitting, you're not. You should never be made to feel bad for why you're there. Right? You've got your reasons. If it's a loft and lie adjustment, if it's a gap in session. Use the time and your money, you're spending your money, use it for the best thing for you. So you should never be made to feel bad for that.
Agreed. David says, gents, just want to say thank you for the consistently great content. And special
David.
thanks to Ian for an amazing fit. Great.
David was in last week. Yep.
Beautiful.
Yep. We done some modifications to some of David's irons. He got some lovely new 770s. He was the beneficiary of a player in his group who bought a set of 770s.
Oh, stop it.
And the guy who just kind of fell out of love with them after about 5 minutes.
Oh, man. David, how good is that?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Because, by the way, no one has 770s right now.
I know. And there was a couple other things for David that, with his fairway wood, like the stock Diamana shaft worked great for
Was
him.
it?
Yeah, in the
Really?
Sims. So, we didn't have to mess with that. We just kind of made sure the numbers were all on point and stuff
Tweak
like
the
that.
head a bit or
little
something.
tweaks. But it was all really, really good.
Good. David, thanks for letting us know.
Yeah.
Always like to hear it. No, there's been no grumpy delivery guy yet. Is your delivery guy grumpy out here?
No, they're great. They're great. They're nice guys.
That's the
out
Toronto
here.
special. We've driven half hour west of Toronto.
And they
people are
come
nice.
because we have the other door here. They go to the.
Oh yeah, of course they go to the
They
receiving
go
area.
to the receiving door at the back.
So you won't see them when we're here.
No.
That's okay though.
No.
Yeah, Thomas, we could eventually get Eric in when the world resumes. Sure. He is a TaylorMade.
Yeah.
He's sponsored by TaylorMade.
I'm sure at some point, we're going to cross paths with.
Maybe at TaylorMade.
Sure. Yeah.
On a product release or something like that. But yeah, absolutely. Seed balls are still coming, Jack.
Mm-hmm.
They're in the mail somewhere, as far as I know. I'm just going to catch up on a couple ones down here. Joe, we got it, just so you know. But you didn't have to send $3.99 again, but we did get your question.
Guys, see below. I wonder if there was another one from Joe, just saying see below.
See below would mean see after.
Yeah.
Joe, I'll look for it. If there's another one, I will get it. If not, I will refer you to the original one. Roger's asking about TaylorMade Pix balls, visual for putting. Definitely, we both have.
We are interested in this whole visuals and sort of the alignment aids and things like that. There's some people. There's a Trident alignment aid, so it's like this, just for marking the ball.
Okay.
So you can mark three lines in your
Is that
ball
the one
with
you
this.
posted on your Instagram? Or is this a different one?
so
Trident Align.
Trident,
Sorry.
yeah.
Actually, a guy I played with used it.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, I saw
a
him
lot of
using
people are saying that that's fantastic, and
Interesting.
it's obviously much cheaper
Yes.
to do that. So I think it might start a little series for us of testing different things that can help with alignment. You put down triple track today and went, holy moly, this feels so easy.
Just drained a 10-footer. Now, was that beginner's luck? Maybe.
Who
but
knows?
you can't dismiss it. That's
It was your reaction even prior to hitting the putt that was interesting to me, because you just kind of lit up and just went, wow, that looks like those. It was the 2-ball blade.
Yes.
And so you've got the 3 golf ball, well, the 2 balls in the putter and the golf ball, and then you've got the triple track going through all 3. And it was just like, wow, it's really easy to see.
Whether it is or it isn't. Yeah,
Yeah.
I find a single line, I still mess it up. Like my putter's a little off, and then I sit there fiddling with it. But
Yeah.
that thing is like, there's no doubt.
And the other part for me, which is a kind of side benefit that really never gets talked about, is when you've got the 2 thin blue lines on either side, and you've got the thicker red line through the middle, aligning the CG of the putter with the CG of the ball is another part of that. So if you think about, we always talk about, people on the view that they have looking out into the golf ball, they always align the golf ball on the toe.
Oh, that's right. You've said that.
The triple track of the marker on the ball and on the putter allows people to align the CG correctly of both things. So you're going to have less twist on and off
So you
center
should be
strike.
actually striking your putt better.
Much more solid. So that's actually, when we got in Quintic, that's one of the main things I want to test is impact ratio, the effectiveness of not losing impact ratio, the effectiveness of not having the face twist open and closed.
That's really a good
I
point.
think that might be as effective as even the alignment tool itself.
Absolutely. And that's the sneaky bit that it's not they don't advertise it, but I
Yeah.
just think for simplicity, the commercials are about alignment. But you're right. If
Yeah.
it changes your strike point, it changes everything.
Yep, multiple things going on.
Monday for that or the Monday after?
We've got a lot coming on this month, so
know.
we can
know.
have our choice at it. To be honest, we've
Sometime
got
in the next couple of weeks,
Yeah,
though,
in the
eh?
next couple of weeks. We've got the new Chrome Soft, the new version of the Chrome Soft golf ball. Obviously, the much talked about
Yeah. We
sort
haven't
of
tested Chrome Soft in ages.
repackaging. So
So much on the go.
lots
a great
going
feeling.
on. I know.
So good when you're like, we have a lot to do. Good.
We're working on the return of the podcast, guys.
That's right.
We've got
yes.
some
Yes.
some pretty cool guests lined up, and we're working on a new. I won't tell you too much. It'll be a nice surprise once we do it, but you'll see something different from us with the
I
podcast.
think you've got some great plans for it. Looking forward to it.
It'll be great, eh?
Little podcast studio in the Toronto location.
That'll be. I'm excited about that. We've got our good pal Gabe,
Yeah, Gabe's gonna help us.
Galucci, who's going to help us with that. Who's a sound engineer, and we chatted to Gabe when he was in for his fitting, and he's like, boys, he's like, I can really help you out with some acoustic panels and different things, and he's like, I can really make this sound
Proper,
really
right?
good.
I mean, we sort of did our best. I think the first podcast that were in person, obviously the remote ones can only be so good.
Sure.
I think they were okay,
Yeah.
but I know we can do better.
I think so.
With someone like that knows what they're doing.
Yep.
So yeah, look for that
Fun.
soon. Look for that soon. We're recording one on Monday.
Yeah, we have our start of season 3 on Monday. We've got Sal Said, the co-founder and CEO of Arcos. So we've wanted to do an introduction into Arcos and a deep dive into Arcos, but we're not going to do the justice
In a
by us
12-minute
talking.
video or something? Yeah, you need
we really
time.
aren't. We're going to really dive into that over an hour or so with Sal, and I want to hear the full journey. I want to hear how Arcos is kind of being developed and that sort of thing.
Oh, 100%.
I'm in a super fortunate position that I'm seeing already some of the things that they're going to be doing with from a club fitting perspective. I mean, it's a
Really?
game changer. It's literally a game changer. Like the ability they're giving us to work with our clients to make their equipment the best that it can be is off the charts.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Anthony is saying, we were talking about it earlier, Anthony. Ian's tested them.
Yep.
We just can't give you our full rundown until I don't know when. They look promising though.
Yeah. I think it looks like embargoes might be some point in. I mean, I would say optimistically November would be the earliest we'll get our hands on one to test on the
For
channel.
testing. That'd be good.
November.
Titleist in October, maybe that in November. Can live with that.
I know. And then we'll most likely, thinking about the launch last year when we went down to TaylorMade and
You're right.
done all that stuff, that was December.
It was right. It was at the beginning
December
of
6th
December, wasn't
or
it?
something like that. We
Yeah.
went down there.
Yeah, good memory. That was around then.
Yep.
Yeah, lots of new stuff coming. New member?
You
I
remember?
thought that said Scarborough, my hometown.
Welcome.
Welcome. And I believe you have a question, which I will grab after this one. Okay, Cobra F9 9 degree. Yep, stock shaft. Everything good. Swings great. Slight fade. 25% are 300 plus. 30% feel like they're ballooning and die at 270.
Yeah, it's a big. So 300 plus to 270 is a huge gap. So
Striking it.
you're seeing massive variance. So I'd be very interested if there was a strike point issue. If some of those 270 ones were straying a little low in the head and you lost a little bit of ball speed. F9 was quite good low in the head. It wasn't great high in the head.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
you're right.
It just depends really where your miss is.
The ball's not the thing to chase down here, though, is it?
I'm
assuming. We don't switch balls. He's saying he
AVX seemed to help. Yeah, no. For some reason I was thinking that was AV rough. For some reason I was thinking shaft. AVX seemed to help. No, I wouldn't. Remember, we always say, fit the driver to the ball. Don't fit the ball to the driver.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, you've said that.
Fit the ball to the putter, fit the ball to the wedges, fit the ball to the irons, the scoring clubs, and then ultimately fit the driver to the ball to get the most out of it.
So he should pursue either a different head with a little more face forgiveness or
Yeah.
a shaft to help dial the strike point.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, got to hold off on new ones.
Yeah,
No more new questions.
We're going to miss the supers if
Yeah,
any
I don't
more
want
come in.
to leave anyone hanging. Nicholas, yes. Soonish is exactly what I would have said. Newish or soonish. Okay. There's our pal Austin, Dave,
Austin,
the usual
guys.
suspects. Hello all. Hello, hello, hello. Oh boy, lots of internal chatter. That's nice.
Love it.
I just want to make sure I don't.
Surprised a little kind of impromptu live.
I know.
Got this.
Yeah,
one.
I mean-
Did we maybe miss one there?
Did I miss one?
Maybe. Yeah, just up a wee bit. I saw the wee blue one. Scar.
Oh yeah, you're right. That's from our new pal here. Okay, he's got a driver fitting book. That's fantastic.
Excellent.
Can you recommend a replacement shaft for a Dynalite 110?
The 5-iron is spraying a lot. Yeah, I mean, one of the things, guys, when it comes to having a rogue iron in the bag, it can often be more about the build than the fit. So that's why we emphasize so much importance on the clubs being built correctly. Obviously, the fitting takes care of the specs and how we would like the clubs to play. But you know, the realization of that is going to come through the build process and making sure that the frequencies match, so that swing weights are progressive in the right fashion. You know, all those build specs, loft and lie, length. You know, even you know, grips, and making sure they're put on correctly in the right size. True. Making sure, like, you know, we occasionally, the boys came up to me yesterday with one of our 125 gram shafts. They, in the build process, found out that it weighed 102.
Stop it.
Yep.
Really?
Yep. If you don't go through those steps in the process, that's how you get a rogue 5-iron. That's how you get a rogue something iron in the bag.
If your 5-iron weighs 20 grams less or something.
But if you're just literally just grinding glue, you're taking 7 shafts out of a bag, you've got 7 heads and 7 grips, and you just grind and glue and put up the grip on, you know, you're going to miss some of those steps.
That's very true. All right, Russell. Okay, so basically from 919 forged, is there much advance in tech from 919 Forge, which was 3 years ago?
Yeah.
There will be new drivers. I can answer that quick, and then you go ahead.
Yeah. So 919 versus 770. I mean, I don't think there's a huge difference. I think obviously the speed slot on the 770 is good for the player who strays a little bit low in the head and gets a little bit extra contribution on those low strikes from the ball speed, and additional launch. You get a bit of launch to offset the downward tilt of the head from the strike below the CG. So, you know, there are elements in there that if that's your tendency, that it could be quite nice for you.
Gotcha. Sorry, I'm just spacing out, looking for the next question here. What I was going to say is, like, aesthetically, I think there's been some nice updates in the last 3 years. But it's not groundbreaking because 3 years ago the irons were quite good at the time. Like,
they were good performance-wise, like you said. The aesthetics, I think we felt like 921 Forge was aesthetically a jump ahead of 919. A bit smaller, a bit more sleek.
Yeah, it just looks better in all the ways that I think people were looking for.
I think so as well. Yeah. I think they got it. I think they got exactly right on that 921.
100%. I got one more here from D-Lips. Or Dips. D-Ips. Well, Ian can do that because he's played them both.
Yeah, I've played them both.
What do you think?
Worked a lot with them now.
What do you think?
How would you compare the forgiveness? I mean, I think one thing I was I would say concerned about, but I was curious about, with being a multi-material head in the T100 going to the one piece or so the solid forging that a TC201 was. I was concerned about a little bit of drop off with some miss hits. Honestly, not a bit of it.
Dude, we haven't played a ton of golf together. But you hit those TCs amazing.
I've not.
It's the best you've hit it.
I've not hit irons like that in a long time. So no drop off for me. Both have a little bit of pre-wear in the leading edge.
True.
The TC201 has a little more.
Really?
It's a little bit more aggressive.
More aggressive in the front.
So again, turf interaction is phenomenal with it. My preference is for a slightly heavier head. They are about 5 grams heavier in the head, which is quite a lot. So that kind of works nicely for me. So and the sound and feel, I think I've mentioned a few times, I never really understood what people talked about with that kind of buttery Mura feel. Having played with them for probably 4 months or so now, I get it. I completely get it. Like some shots you hit, it's just so nice.
You just go, ooh.
Yeah, it's just really nice. And then on the other side, you can talk perfectly to a great season with the T100s.
I don't have a single negative thing to say with it.
Not one.
And I think I appreciate feel more recently.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like I'm hitting the middle of the face more often now on the golf course.
You are, for sure. What we used to talk about with that toe strike for you, like
everything felt like crap.
It's pretty much gone.
honestly, like the last few days, some of the irons I hit in the last few days, I was like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know who you are, but it's so much better. So
I think that's so much to do with that.
it is 100%.
Club face being in a stronger spot.
Absolutely, it's just been so automatic compared to what it felt before.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think finding the middle of the face, I've noticed that T100s they sound and feel super good. Are they the most kind of pure and traditional? Maybe not. Like those, but I don't think you would ever say someone, you might want to I don't know, T100s are not soft enough.
Yeah.
I doubt it. Like, it's a connoisseur difference, I guess, at that point.
I think we talked about the influence the ball makes. So, I think you could go something as soft as a Miura with a firm golf ball and kind of, hear some feedback. You could go something a little bit, I mean, the T100 is a bit firmer than a Miura, but you could go with a softer golf ball, and all of a sudden, you go, wow, that's so buttery. So the golf ball plays such a big role in that.
And that's why you've been liking a slightly softer ball at times this year.
Yeah.
And maybe you might play Pro V1 or something next year that's got a little more softness to it because you like the feel of it.
I think so. I'll be really curious once you and I do some testing on golf balls, which we plan on doing for ourselves.
Yes.
What we both find.
What we might like. I've liked playing. I mean, TP5X has been awesome. I've loved playing it this year. I just want to play like a few months at a time with different balls. So I just feel like it makes it easier for me to give feedback when we're testing stuff, because we can both say, oh, on the golf course. It's like when you said about Snells. You're like, well, this was my experience on the course. To me, that's more valuable. It's not more valuable, but it's additional value for the videos.
No question.
When you can give that feedback. Awesome.
Awesome.
Tell you what, little Wednesday Live here.
Tell you what, little impromptu.
This was great.
Yeah, it's been a great little morning. I mean, I think we've shocked ourselves. It's midday and we've got a couple of great videos in the bank. We've done a live and
this is great.
It's been awesome.
I don't have a bad thing to say about it. What a Wednesday this has been.
So Monday we'll be back to our usual routine. We'll have Luke back with us, doing his IGTV stuff and is taking all the great images that he takes. So look forward to seeing Luke. What else is coming this week? So Autoflex tomorrow and concept video Friday.
Yes. Right. And then live Monday.
And then the live
around
Monday.
10-ish a.m. Eastern time. Basically our usual slots.
Yep. Guys, we're planning a little series on, we always think about the seasonality of what's, whether it's new club season or we're coming to the off season. So we're planning a little series on training aids, aren't we?
That's right. Actually, I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah. Because we like a training aid.
Dude, I love a training aid.
I won't
apologize. I will not apologize. They're great.
We love a training aid more than most. So we're going to be running through different training aids like the swing guide, like the smart ball. We might reintroduce a little test of the PlaneMate.
PlaneMate again.
We might do that. We're going to do the G-Box.
I saw a G-Box on Scott Couch's Instagram. He had a student using it. I forgot to send. Well, I was about to get in the car, but I would have sent it to you. Interesting, eh?
Definitely. Well, he is a fan of that sort of concept, and he had me using a contraption that was. It was like for a preacher curl exercise, which he kind of it was a bar that sat across your chest, kind of hooked over your neck, and your arms, your triceps kind of sat in it, and it kind of had you working in more what he loves to see, which is in that constant radius swing, where the radius of your swing isn't changing all the time, changing your ability to time. So keeping that there.
Speaking of which, Mackenzie Hughes played well.
He's playing unbelievable. I mean,
did he win?
He finished third, I think.
Okay, I didn't watch the end of it. I know he was in contention.
I mean, from where he finished, I think he finished top 5 to get into the Tour Championships. Played great in the Tour Championships.
Yes.
I think he ended up finishing 14th in the FedEx Cup or something. It was
amazing.
It was top 20 for sure. Then US Open, he played great. He had a great finish at Winged Foot.
Yes.
And then obviously third again last week. I mean, he's doing incredibly well.
I'm stoked to see what he might do next year.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously we've got fall season coming up. What are you seeing?
I'm just Dave was asking. We talked about the indoor launch monitor series, Dave. It's just really dependent on whether the company sends us them. That's really what it comes down to. I mean, we obviously have such close relationship with the manufacturers and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. We've never had anyone reach out to us from Skytrack or FlightScope for a Mevo or anything like that. So we are 100% open to testing that stuff. We just need to somehow get our hands on one.
As I said, we're not going to go buy one. So
no.
Yes.
That's what we need.
Should we talk about shaft peering before me?
Shaft what?
Shaft peering? I'm just joking.
I know.
Everybody.
That's no, I've not seen one in Shaft Purin.
No, there's a couple.
Oh, was there?
I'm giving you a break. I'm giving you a break.
Thank you.
Monday you can answer a couple of
I
questions.
know. I'll do my prep over the weekend.
Ian's going to do some new research. All right, pal.
Okay.
Good
Awesome.
Wednesday. I almost said Monday.
Awesome.
Good Wednesday.
Yeah, it's got us all out of sync. So we'll see you guys sooner than
That's right.
sooner than usual. We'll see you Monday.
4 days.
Yeah, hopefully everyone's getting some fall golf, and it's a great time of the year to be playing.
Some of the weather in the last few days has been outrageous.
I know.
Just like
how was up north? Was it? It must have been
Dude, it was
nice, just with the
beyond nice.
change of season and
The leaves up there they're 2-3 weeks ahead of here.
yeah.
So just like the
Crazy,
photo I posted on my Instagram, like that was at Grandview, I think.
Yeah.
It looks fake almost.
I know.
It's unreal.
I know.
So we're spoiled, but
We
then
are
it'll be
spoiled.
winter, and then we won't be spoiled. So what can you do?
Obviously, with the way things are with COVID and stuff like that, guys, we wish you all the best and stay
Absolutely.
safe, and really thinking about everyone in our community out there, and it's going to be a difficult time again the next few months. By the looks of it, the case is spiking up again. So, everyone sort of stay safe and
Stay safe
hopefully-
and look after yourselves.
yeah.
You know?
Wash your hands, wear a mask.
Wash your hands, wear a mask, and try not to go nuts.
I know. Exactly.
All right, so
All
we'll
right,
see you Monday.
We will see you Monday, guys. 10 o'clock.
Yeah, 10 a.m. Eastern time.
10
We will
o'clock
be
Eastern
there.
time. We will be there. We'll have our hour with you guys, and a ton more videos coming
Looking
next
forward
week.
to it. Yeah.
Good stuff.
It's gonna be
All
good.
Have a great rest of the week, guys.